In this section, we're going to try and answer your questions about what it's like to go to Download Festival, things that we recommend, and things to avoid. This time, packing. It's always important to remember to pack certain things. Some things are very important for when you go to Download, and you don't want to forget them. Now, there are lots of lists on the internet for packing for festivals. Download has even provided its own. But we have some thoughts on what you really need to take to go to Download and have a successful trip. Now, we did camping equipment last time around, so it won't necessarily just be about camping, but it's about everything, really. What do you need to put in your bag? I'm going to kick things off by saying you need to take a tracker for your keys, your bags, even to find your tent. Because as we know, losing anything at Download is horrific. So don't do that. Just make it easy on yourself. Get a tracker and you'll be able to find anything that you temporarily drop on the floor. An Apple AirTag. A lot of people use Apple. If you're in their ecosystem, an AirTag is £29. You can get, I think you can get 4 of them for like 99 quid or something like that. Nice and easy to use. You can get a tile tracker. I think they're £20 for their cheap one. You can also get them from Poundland. I mean, I can't speak to how good they'll be from Poundland, but I'm told that they're available, so might be worth a look. And you know, when you're wandering through the campsite at night, looking for your tent, it might be easier to just stick a tracker in there or something, you know, a little cheap one from Poundland to try and find your tent. Or even if you just want to stick it on your keys, just in case, because you never know. You don't want to end up like Lee in The Pilot.
Yeah, that sucked. Don't do that. Don't put yourself in a position where you may lose your stuff. That was horrendous, and it did almost cancel the weekend shorter than it already was. A tracker's a great idea. I'd go off Neil's recommendation in doing that.
Of course, we have faith that you're going to keep everything on you and you are going to have a safe time at Download. Of course, you don't need any of this advice. You're a seasoned festival goer already. Now, I found out, actually, that Blackout tents are available, because in my recommendations last time for camping equipment, I recommended a mask, a sleeping mask, which is probably cheaper than this. But you can get Blackout tents, which I didn't know about, which block out the sun in the morning.
Yeah, they are great. So I actually popped into Decathlon one weekend and had a go in one of their tents they'd set up.
Really?
And the minute that you shut that door on your tent, it's pitch black. You can't see a fucking thing.
Oh god.
And yeah, it would be really good. They are the more expensive option for your tent. But if light is one of those things that wakes you up irritatingly, then yeah, it's something that I could definitely recommend. If not, as Neil said, just grab an eye mask. It will help.
From Poundland, probably. Now, this is a good tip. Keep a dry change of clothes in the car. Because when you, just in case there's any mud, there might be 1 or 2 little drops of mud. You never know at Download. So it's nice to be able, at the end of the weekend, or even during the week, if anything happens to you, you can just go back to your car and have a fresh pair of shoes, clean, fresh T-shirts, fresh everything, just in case. Because the car is the one place that is going to be dry and safe. So it's a nice fallback just to have a change of clothes in the car. Also, I'd recommend dry shampoo, just in case. Again, a lot of this is just in case. Dry shampoo in case, because some people don't like using those showers.
I mean, I can get that. Obviously, the free showers. Obviously, all your bits and pieces are on display to other people, and if you're not happy with other people potentially catching a glimpse, having a baby wipe bath or shower in your tent with some dry shampoo does work wonders, and it can keep you feeling fresh for the weekend if you don't want to brave the public showers.
You've just mentioned baby wipes. That's a good one.
What is this obsession with baby wipes at the minute? I've seen like 3 or 4 videos online, like on YouTube, that where we're not supposed to be mentioning baby wipes.
Why?
I'm so confused.
What's happened?
Oh, this is. I thought that's what you were getting at.
No.
Sorry, I cut you off. No, there's a couple of other people's vlogs that I've seen that people have mentioned baby wipes in a negative light. I can't understand as to why, because they are a godsend.
The only thing I can think is that they might not be environmentally friendly.
Oh, I know that. I know they are definitely not environmentally friendly, but you can get wipes that are flushable, no plastic or microplastics or any shit on them at all. So if you look hard enough, you'll be able to find them. Sorry, I honestly thought you were going to say something about baby wipes, because I've seen it twice now this week on 2 different other vlogs and content creators that have mentioned baby wipes in a very negative light, and I thought that's the route I thought you were going down. I apologise for cutting you off.
Well, what did they say that's so bad?
Something like they're fucking shit. Don't get them. Don't do it. Go for a proper shower. Blah 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 blah.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't think there's much of a substitute for having an actual shower. But if you are frightened to death about people seeing your genitals or your bosoms, then use baby wipes. I mean, that's what else. Or just smell and be dirty all weekend. I mean, it's your choice. What I am going to say,
to be fair, some people do take that route.
I
do remember we camped near some people, at least for the first couple of days of 2016, who they'll turn up, maybe not even with a toothbrush, get pissed, and just be dirty for the whole week.
And that's their right. But
of course it is. Absolutely. I couldn't think of anything fucking worse. I hate stinking. I hate being smelly.
I'm very happy with the toiletries, facilities, the showers, and all of that. I'm quite happy to go and use them. In fact, I wouldn't dream of not doing, but that's me. Everyone's different. So bring a towel. Bring bog roll, because you may have an emergency situation where you need to use the loos. You go to the nearest portaloo, or the only one that's free, and there's no bog rolls. So take a bog roll. Always take a bog roll, at least one, because you don't want to be caught short and having to. I'm painting pictures now of people with shitty arses. Or if you want to use the loo, right, the portaloo, and it's covered in somebody else's piss. Oh, that's beautiful. So you need to.
That's not the word I would use, but yeah.
Sarcasm. So you need to be able to wipe up that piss with the toilet paper that you've brought with you, because people are pigs, aren't they?
Some people are pigs, yeah. I also recommend, as a bit of a courtesy as well, put some of the hand sanitizer on the fucking bog roll or whatever, and just wipe the toilet seat down, because at least then you sanitize the thing before you sit down on it.
This is so disgusting.
Because some people are disgusting, Neil. This is probably a subject we haven't actually ever spoken about, but some people at festivals just completely forget how to act, and they are disgusting. It's the minority. It really is, but it happens.
I mean, I'm not going to go face down sliding through mud either. You know, that's not something I do. But some people do, and that's up to them.
Could you imagine having a shower after that? You'd block the fucking drain with all the mud that's come off you.
I mean, I don't know if I've told this story before, but there was a time in 2013 that I saw somebody get pushed over whilst in a portaloo. And
oh, no.
Oh, Christ, can you imagine?
Not only then are you covered in fucking shit and piss, you're covered in that blue bloody cleaning liquid that I guarantee stains.
Imagine not bringing any deodorant with you on that trip, or any wipes, or a towel, or anything.
I honestly, if that happened to me, I think I'd probably say to you, I'm fucking going.
No,
I'm adding that's it. I'm done. I'm going, and you will never see me again at a festival.
Wouldn't see your ass for dust.
No.
So just to run through this very quickly: towels, washcloths, toilet paper, baby wipes, deodorant, please. Toothbrush, toothpaste, washing stuff, soap, shampoo, conditioner, brush, airbrush. Do you brush your hair? You got a comb?
I'll bring a comb.
Bring a comb with you.
I'll bring all my hair products as well. Yeah, got to make sure I'm looking. I say, how the kids say this. I've got to make sure I'm looking leng.
Leng, is it now?
Fucking hell! I tell you, I've worked with a couple of these lads who are like their early 20s, and even one of them's in his teens. Jesus, the stuff that comes out of these lads' mouths, it makes me laugh. All the new slang. I thought, do you know what? I thought I'm not that old yet. I'm not that old. I know all the current slang. I do, but the things he was coming out with, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Jesus
Leng, Leng is one of those new ones that it's almost like how we would say. Someone being fit or good looking, or something's really, really nice or really good, it's leng.
Because I've only just caught it with peng. Is that not the same
So that's
thing?
an old one.
Is that an old one now,
I found out that was an old one. I was just like, really? Fucking hell.
I still have a twinge when you say sick. You call things sick. Oh, that's sick. Because
I twinge of cringe. Like, oh God, he said it again.
Because I've never said anything that was sick. But there's only a few years between us, but that's what you say. Anyway. So yeah, bring sunscreen, bring suntan lotion, because it can be sunny at download. And I have seen some horrific sunburns from people who refuse to wear sunscreen, and it just ruins your whole week and the time it takes to recover from that. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's likely to be that sunny, but you never know. That's the thing. So bring it.
To put a bit of a horror story in all your heads, if you are listening, in 2015, I believe it was, met a couple, very lovely couple. He forgot to put on sunscreen, and it was relatively warm, and his nose blistered.
Anyway, I don't bring a razor for download. I'm quite happy to let my beard grow.
That's dangerous, man. I'm not being funny. If we're not allowed to bring in glass or gas, why is it acceptable to bring in a razor that can be also used as a cutting tool, a cutting weapon? Maybe that's just me being incredibly cynical, but
I don't know. Some people like to be clean shaven every day, don't they? And I've never been like that. I hate shaving.
No, that's just the effort, man.
Yeah. Hand sanitizer is on this list. Now, I don't know really. I guess you should, shouldn't you? I guess you should. For not because I'm not thinking about the pandemic, but I'm just thinking about general. You know, you're going to be touching things that are muddy. You're going to be touching things that are dirty. So
I always bring hand sanitizer, because again, the ones in the portaloos may run out, so at least you've got that something there. But yeah, like you say, I mean, even on the pandemic, I mean, as we found out, touching things can contract and you pick up things.
Bugs.
Like bugs. So easily. So having the hand sanitizer will hopefully eliminate that risk.
So that sort of covers the toiletries. Now you've got your food stuff for the kitchen. So if you're going to make some food whilst you're at download, not everybody does, but obviously knives, forks, spoons, plates, barbecue. Don't forget a lighter or some matches. I don't think they're going to have the Zippo thing this year, because I haven't seen anything about it. The lighters. No,
so Zippo, by the looks of it, is not going to be a sponsor this year. They weren't due to be a sponsor on the stage in 2020, and I think Zippo has gone as a sponsor for download.
That's a shame, because I know people collect the lighters, don't they?
Yeah, and I mean, I enjoyed spinning the wheel in 2019.
Oh, that was fun.
That was, yeah. Got myself a little. What did I win? I think I won a bottle opener, which I still have somewhere.
I won a guitar pick. In fact, there were loads of guitar picks that I won because I kept going down.
Oh.
And I won in fact, I won a tattoo, like a fake tattoo thing that you could have, like when you were a kid and you used to put tattoos on yourself.
Yeah, I'm sure you won a bandana one year as well, didn't you?
Yes, I've still got it.
Yeah.
So that's a shame, because I was actually going to buy one this year as well, never mind. So matches or a lighter to light your barbecue with. Bottle opener, that's a good one. Bottle opener.
Yeah, if you're in RIP, you're allowed to bring bottles, so a bottle opener is a good idea. No glass in general camping.
No gas whatsoever, unless it's professionally installed in a camper van.
Yep, and no gas at all.
Now, you want to bring bin bags. Bin bags! Bring fucking bin bags! You want to bring some proper, decent bin bags that won't tear. Don't get the cheap ones, because they will tear and you'll end up with your clothes or whatever on the fucking mud. I have seen it happen, and the person it happened to was not happy. It made me laugh. But, you know, you don't want it for yourself, do you? So...
When did that happen?
That was in 2016, believe it or not, during the monsoon.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. So even if you double up on the bags, it's still not enough. Don't get, smart price ones. Get proper, decent, spend the money, honestly, because it's not worth the picking up your clothes out of the mud. And it says paper towels on this list, which might be worth it. I don't know if I'd bother with paper towels, really.
Oh, napkins, paper towels. Napkins you can get from a bloody vendor if you're that way inclined. You've made a mess around your mouth with a vegan Big Mac burger.
Yes, all down your front.
All down my front.
So now moving on to other stuff like your phone. Probably a good idea to take your phone because you're going to have your ticket on there. Take a cable to charge it with. In your locker, you're going to have a USB attachment thing to plug your phone in to charge it. Or a portable charger. Bring a portable charger with you. That's what I'm going to do because you can use charge candy, which we have discovered is actually going to be present this year. But you only get one charge per day from that charger, which I don't think, for me, would be enough.
No, they're not great. It's good if you are stuck and you've forgotten a charger or a cable's busted or whatever. They are good in a pinch. I think I managed to buy a cable from them at the Pilot, which was very nice of them. But essentially, you're paying potentially up to about £30 for the week, and it's one charge a day. It's not enough to keep your phone going, especially if you are a content creator and using your mobile phone.
On that subject, also on this list is camera. Some people like to bring a separate camera, which I actually think is a better idea than using your phone. The fact is that cameras are dedicated to be cameras, and your phone is everything to you, isn't it? If you lose your phone, then there's trouble. But if you lose your camera, then it's just a camera. But cameras are, I think you get less flack for taking pictures and doing little videos with an actual camera than you do doing your phone. I think for some reason people who hate that kind of thing hate you holding up your phone. But if you hold up a camera, there's less aggro towards you about it. I think cameras are okay with people, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Maybe it's because you've got the piece of equipment that is supposed to be taking pictures or filming, whereas a phone it's only meant to make phone calls and text messages. Did you know that?
I don't know. Yeah, because you see people with like massive cameras there, and you see people with like, proper kit and stuff, and no one looks at them twice. But you hold up your phone. And people going, he's holding his phone up. Look at him. He's holding his phone. Instead of watching the gig, enjoying himself, he's holding his phone up. It really riles.
You sounded like Rick Mail then.
Yeah, well, I wonder why. It's a bizarre thing that people have such a reaction to taking videos with your phone. It's such a stupid thing.
Yeah.
All you're doing is holding your phone up, taking a video, taking a picture, whatever. But some people get irritated by that. So take a camera and they can fuck off, can't they?
I did read something in the on the list of things you can and cannot bring. If you are bringing a camera, sweet. Just make sure it hasn't got anything bigger than a 6-inch lens. Just go FYI.
I mean, I don't even know what a 6-inch lens looks like. So, I think I'll be fine. We're talking about big, massive cameras, aren't we, here?
Again, professional sort of type cameras. You can bring a camera as long as it hasn't got a 6-inch lens on it.
Sort of consumer type cameras, I think you'll be fine. Nothing
like an action cam.
Yeah, nothing that looks professional, like you might be a paparazzo or something like that. Your tickets are going to be on your phone, so bring them. Now there's still, like I say, there's some confusion about whether parking tickets are going to be printable at home or whether you're going to have to wait for it in the post. I mean, I think they're all going to be e-tickets, everything, and you print out whatever you want to print out. But who knows? So don't really take any advice from me on tickets because nobody really knows, do they?
No, I guess it's an unfortunate thing is that the lack of information leading this close to the festival. It's all a bit of a guess. It's all unfortunately a bit of a guessing game. Prepare for everything, I suppose. Your car and your camper van pass. Take it on your phone, print it off if need be. Then at least you're covered.
If you're on any kind of tablets, make sure you take them. Medication is, you don't want to lose it, obviously, so keep it somewhere safe. Put it in a little box, like a little Tupperware thing or something like that. Probably a good idea. Take some ID with you. I've decided, because I wasn't going to do this, right, but I need to take some ID with me because of the loyalty scheme.
Yeah.
You have to show ID. So whether it's a passport, a photocopy of your passport, or a driving license, you're going to have to take some ID with you to show them that you are who you say you are to collect your loyalty money. If you're going to take any cash, put it in a bum bag. But ideally, don't take any cash because it's physical, and physical items can be lost. I also want to mention bringing Hayfever tablets. Because
antihistamines,
I've bought some actually. They're only cheap, but I have worked at festivals before, and I worked at the Formula One years ago as a steward, and I was caught by surprise by the amount of pollen in the air, just because it's all grassy, isn't it? And you forget if you live in a city, you might not be affected by it as much. But if you're suddenly in the countryside, surrounded by pollen and stuff that makes your hay fever go, and you're unprepared, it can be very unpleasant. So yeah, it's probably if you're susceptible to that type of thing, bring some hay fever tablets. Obviously, when it comes to food, I would recommend bringing dry food with you because then it won't go off and it won't melt or anything. Like breakfast bars, crisps.
Oh, melting! That's a bloody good point. I got chocolate in my fucking packed for me box.
Oh, have you?
I have to stick that in the cool box, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, no, dry food, I totally agree with. What have I packed? I've packed pot noodles, crisps, peanuts, all those sorts of snacks. Drink-wise, non-alcoholic. If you want to bring some orange juice, don't pick up the stuff from the fridge because it means it needs to be refrigerated the whole time.
And it'll go off if you don't.
Yep. Same with milk. Was it UHT milk? Is it UHT?
Yeah. God, I haven't had that for years.
No, I know, but it's better off if you taking that sort of stuff instead of taking it out the fridge. Also, as a vegan, I'd also recommend don't get obviously cow's milk, oat milk, almond milk. Don't take it out of the fridge because it will need to remain refrigerated.
Sweeties. Crisps.
Yes.
For when you want snacks, don't you? While you sat around in the village, in the campsite. And it says gum. I guess if you don't want to brush your teeth the whole week, you can just chew some gum.
Oh, but no, that's worse though. If you're just taking gum just to freshen your breath and not actually brushing your teeth, that's gross. No, bring your toothbrush, bring your mouthwash, bring your toothpaste. Yeah. Oh no, gum. Yeah, I mean, if you've had something rather oniony, which I guarantee you will, because the burger is complemented with fried onions, gum is a good idea. Dispose of it correctly, though, for fuck's sakes. Don't just chuck it on the floor or chuck it in the bin. Put it in a bit of paper and put it in the bin. Dispose of it properly.
No glasses allowed. So if you're bringing alcohol with you, it's got to be decanted into plastic bottles, which is easy enough to do. But if they discover glass, they won't be happy. Also, it's just occurred to me, bring prophylactics, condoms, that sort of thing, birth control, because if you do get lucky, we don't want any surprises, do we?
No, and if in doubt, they're selling condoms at Fat Frank's Camping, as we found out the day on the Click and Collect.
Oh, I'd forgot
about that. I thought was brilliant.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That
50p for a Johnny. So yeah, if you get lucky. Wear one.
Clothing. Now, the temptation is to pack too much. It's so difficult because I always buy stuff when I'm there, whether it's merch or whether it's in the markets. I always buy stuff and end up not wearing basically half of what I've brought with me. So it's a difficult balance, but I would recommend a hat because, A, it's going to be cold at night time. You forget how cold it gets at Download at night, but you are basically in a field in June at night time when the sun goes down, and it can be very cold. Something for the top of your head. Also, to protect you from the sun, worth doing. I mean, you don't need me to tell you what sort of clothes to bring with you. Jeans and T-shirt or whatever you're going to wear. You know what you're going to bring. But, a spare pair of socks is probably a good idea. If you're going to bring wellies, get some socks for wellies because they can cause odd things in your feet, can't they? Unless you're... they rub against the soles of your feet and cause blisters. So it's probably worth bringing plasters or... something to protect your feet with. Wellies, actually, is a must.
Tell you what, in 2019, I wore a pair of wellies the whole way around the arena on the last couple of days, and they were really uncomfortable. The wellies that you buy, make sure you're wearing the appropriate footwear with them, i.e. thick socks to sort of soften the blow walking around. Because the wellies that are bought on site had a very hard sole, and it was not comfortable.
I hate wellies. I hate them. But you've got to wear them if it's muddy. You'll regret it if you don't, because you don't want to fuck up your nice boots that you've got.
Well, I bought a pair of walking boots from Decathlon for £35. And to say they're waterproof would be an understatement. I can actually, there's a stream near us where I can literally stand in it up to just where that bony bit is on your foot, and my feet are bone dry. So if you're going to buy a pair of walking boots, make sure they are decent hiking walking boots that are waterproof as well.
Also slip-ons, because when you're in your tent and you want to just perhaps nip across the grass to another, just wherever, and it might be dry, just some little sliders, as they call them nowadays, sandals or whatever. Have you got some sliders?
I've got some sliders. I'll be bringing my sliders for the showers because
yes,
obviously a wet foot can obviously you can catch anything, verrucas or gammy fucking athlete's foot fungus shape.
Oh my God.
So yeah, pair of sliders in the shower, definitely recommended.
Oh dear. Also bring some sunglasses. Let's be optimistic, shall we? Sunglasses, and if you're going to bring a costume, probably worth putting that in a separate bag, isn't it? I know you like to wear a costume. Are you going to be dressing up this time?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, we already discussed it, didn't we? The whole new metal thing. I'm just going to be wearing my normal clothes, aren't I?
So it's not dressing up; it's just getting dressed. Camping equipment. Now we have already covered this in the previous podcast in further detail, but I'll run through it quickly just in case there's anything that we perhaps haven't mentioned. Tent pegs, rope, zip ties. That's probably a good one, isn't it? Just in case.
Yeah, I mean, if you're bringing a gazebo, I suppose zip tying the top of the gazebo, tying the actual plastic to the poles would probably be a better idea than anything else, because even your duct tape could lose its adhesiveness over as time goes on. Or at least for the zip tie, you've actually got to cut it off.
Yeah, and if you've got, some people have inflatable tents nowadays as well. So duct tape, definitely, it's cheap. Get it from the pound shop. Bring it with you, for God's sake. Also, bungee ropes. I mean, they're always useful, aren't they?
Yep, again, holding down a tarp, holding down your gazebo, or even if you're bringing a trolley, it can hold your shit in your trolley. I always use them when I bring my trolley with me.
I did talk about this last time. Mallet. Bring a mallet with you. Again, a lot of this camping stuff you can get from Fat Frank's or any other circular camping or whoever else happens to be there. Bring a torch with you. Bring some batteries so that you can light the torch. And obviously your bed stuff. Bring a first aid kit. That's quite a good one, actually, a first aid kit. You can buy them already complete, can't you?
Yeah, so there are some cheaper ones that obviously sell They've obviously got like plasters and a little, I think there's bandages and stuff like that in them if you need them. Neil, you touched on a blister kit. Yep, I'm going to have to pick one of those up, I think, because, if your footwear isn't correct or is been a bit tattered and torn from the weekend's festivities, you will need a blister kit to make your life and your feet a hell of a lot better.
Didn't you go home once because you had blisters or something?
2019, my feet were fucking killing me, and I was literally I was struggling to walk to the point where I went home early and missed out on several decent bands.
Oh no!
I was very annoyed. I was very annoyed with myself, but I physically could not walk, and I didn't want to sit down because you wouldn't be able to see shit.
And then you've just got obvious things that like an airbed and a pump, earplugs, a sleeping bag, stuff like that. It does say flag. You are allowed flags in the campsites. So if you want to make it easier on yourself to find your tent among the sea of tents, which can be very tricky at night when, after the last band has finished and you're trying to make your way back to camp and you're pissed, it's much easier to find if you've got a flag. So make sure it's a nice flag. Don't upset anybody. I think we've pretty much covered it there, haven't we?
Yes, I believe so.
Don't forget you can ask us questions or give us your viewpoint by sending us a message on our social media. Tell us your do's and don'ts. Tell us about something we've missed. Give us your opinion. Tell us what essentials we have not mentioned that you have taken with you. Just search for FestPod on the socials and let's have a chat.